Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today, we've got some exciting news about Samsung and its next big smartphone, the Galaxy S26. This time, it's all about the powerful new processor that might change everything. Let's talk about the Exynos 2600. According to a new leak, Samsung is working on a brand new chip called the Exynos 2600, which is expected to power the Galaxy S26. If you followed Samsung phones, you'll know there's always a debate between their Exynos chips and Qualcomm's Snapdragon chips. But now, it looks like Samsung might be getting ready to use its own chip in phones all over the world. Why is this a big deal? Because the Exynos 2600 is set to use advanced nanometers technology. To explain it simply, the smaller the number in chip technology like 10 nanometers, the faster and more efficient the chip becomes. Right now, the Galaxy S24 uses a 4 nanometers chip, so this would be a big jump. And guess what? Early test results look impressive. On Geekbench, the Exynos 2600 is expected to score around 2,400 for single-core tasks and 9,400 for multi-core tasks. That's about 20% faster for single-core tasks and 15% better for multi-core compared to the older Exynos 2400. This means faster app launches, smoother multitasking, and better overall phone performance. And it gets even better, the graphics are getting a huge upgrade too. The new GPU, called the Exynos 960, is showing great results in early tests. In a test called 3D Wildlife Extreme, it could score around 5,800 points. And in another test called GFXBE in CH Aztec Ruins, it might reach up to 85 frames per second. In simple words, games and animations will look better and run smoother. Now, here's where it gets interesting. Before we see the Exynos 2600 in the Galaxy S26, Samsung might test its chip strategy with another phone, the Galaxy Z Flip 7. According to a report from a Korean site called DealSite, Samsung plans to use its Exynos 2500 chip in every version of the Flip 7 instead of Snapdragon chips in some markets. If this happens, it's a big change. Samsung usually puts Exynos chips in markets like Korea and India, while the US and others get Snapdragon. But this time, Samsung might use its own chip everywhere, even though the Exynos 2500's production rate is currently just 30%. Why would Samsung do this? One reason is cost. Snapdragon chips, especially the latest Snapdragon 8 series, are very expensive. In fact, the Galaxy Z Flip 6's price went up by $100 because of the Snapdragon 8 Gen 3 chip. By using its own Exynos chips, Samsung could save money and maybe stop prices from rising so fast. Another reason is control. If Samsung uses its own chips, it can better manage phone performance, software updates, and features like how Apple uses its own series chips. So what does this mean for the Galaxy S26? If the Galaxy Z Flip 7 uses only Exynos chips and everything goes well, Samsung might do the same for the Galaxy S26. The Exynos 2600 is already in development, and it uses even better 10 nanometers technology than the chip in the Flip 7. The only problem is production yield. Right now, the Exynos 2600 has a lower success rate than the Exynos 2500, meaning it's hard to produce in large numbers. But if Samsung can fix this issue before the Galaxy S26 launches in early 2026, there's a good chance we'll see this chip in most, or maybe all, Galaxy S26 models worldwide. Of course, nothing is official yet. Samsung hasn't announced any details about the Exynos 2600 or the S26's chip plans. But these leaks give us a good idea of what to expect. To wrap it up, the Exynos 2600 uses advanced 10 nanometers tech. It's faster, more efficient, and great for gaming. Samsung might use it worldwide in the Galaxy S26. First, the Galaxy Z Flip 7 could test this chip strategy. Everything depends on whether Samsung can improve chip production. That's it for Today's video, what do you think? Would you buy a Galaxy S26 with an Exynos chip if it performs well? Or do you still prefer Snapdragon? Let us know in the comments. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell for more updates. See you next time!